Progress report. Day 2 of the motor being out. I've bored an 1.5 inch hole in what normally is called a transmission tunnel. I guess the exhaust tunnel. Run the cables through for the shifter for the transmission. Don't need that cable from my old shifter. Now I'm working on installing a clutch, so you can see a hole in there with a little bit of space, but there's just enough space to put the master cylinder for the hydraulic clutch in there. So let me show you what I've done in here. I've installed the Volkswagen throttle pedal. Up there is where the Chrysler one used to mount. I've had to, this main cable that services the whole front of the vehicle, it used to go there. Well, I've had to cut another hole and bring it down as far as it would go. It won't go any farther. And luckily the firewall is in the right position, that when I put my hydraulic clutch in, it's hitting the firewall now. It's going to work, I guess. But to mount this thing, I cut out part of the firewall on the Volkswagen so I can weld that plate under my dash. And this is goes to the reservoir. I'll just get a reservoir off of some foreign car at the scrapyard, and that's just the pressurized hose that goes to the slave cylinder. There's the gear shifter in place now. I haven't screwed it to the floor yet. Pretty simple. It's turned out to be just the right height when you sit in it. Nice and ergonomically comfortable. Unfortunately, the weather's so warm. It's only 26 degrees, but it's so humid. All I do is sweat and bitch while doing this job. Well, tomorrow I'll finish getting the clutch in. And, show you how the motor's going to go in. Oh, one more thing. The space between here and here is the same as the Volkswagen. The motor mounts on the Volkswagen are going to just drop right on those frame rails. They don't need offset adapters like I did on my maroon van. But the motor, to get in the right position, has to have the axle, center of the axle, right there. And to do that, I have to make a 3-inch iron block spacer and longer bolts to drop that motor mount down. But unfortunately on the Volkswagen, this side's a lot lower. Well, so since it's even height on the Dodge, I have to make a 6-inch iron block spacer to have the motor sit level. And the axle points right there. So this is where the 6-inch block goes on the transmission side. And there's where the 3-inch block goes on the timing belt side. That's it for now.